Hello and welcome to today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video. Now in today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video, we'll take a look at three stocks: Reliance Industries, Bajaj Finance and TVS Motors. For all three, I will share my trading plan for them, whether you're an equity trader or an F&O trader, option buying plus option selling. But before that, let's take a quick look at the news which will be affecting our markets this week. Now this week, I believe the most important news on the international front is two. Number one is the US Fed meeting, and it will set the tone of what the Fed is thinking, and that affects their markets and our markets, basically all markets across the world. Second is the UK Bank of England rate decision. It's not that important, but it's sort of just, it'll affect, let's say, the markets for maybe 1 hour. So that's how I look at it. On the local front, I believe everything is continuing, as everyone is watching two things. Number one is the India-Pakistan issue, that someone believes it will be a war, someone believes it will be a surgical strike, someone believes it will be nothing. But all these three are what is causing a lot of impatience to come into the market generally. Also, I believe there's, due to, let's say, you look at it, at least once a day a news article will come, the trade negotiations are going well between India and America, and that is also keeping a positive outlook on the Indian market. Now, that's really it on the news front. This is also a lot of results coming out and everything, so there's more company-specific stuff that's affecting the markets rather than market-specific. Now, we'll first look at Reliance Industries, then TVS, then Bajaj Finance. Now, coming to Reliance Industries. Now, I chose to cover Reliance Industries in today's trading session for only one reason: the Nifty. The people who have been watching my YouTube live know that the Nifty has basically been in a very, very tight box range for the past 1 week, you can say. And that has largely been due to, number one, as I said, people are waiting for trade deal in India-Pakistan. Second, because of Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries has risen, posted results, and it has stayed there, which has ended up causing the Nifty to go into a box range. So until Reliance breaks, Nifty is not going to break. Or if Reliance rises further, then Nifty rises further. So that is why I chose to cover Reliance, as it is right now holding the keys in the headline index. This is as, when we look at the headline indices in India today, whether it's a Nifty, whether it's a Banknifty, whether it's a Sensex, they do not represent the Indian stock market anymore, because a few companies have been given severe weightage in them, and those companies are rather driving them rather than the broader market, which they should be representing. So that is why I chose to cover Reliance Industries. Now, coming to Reliance Industries, the last time when I had covered it, I had given an upside target of 1370. We reached it and we went up to trade. Then I did not cover it again, since in the YouTube lives I was every day talking about Reliance. Now, what do I believe is next for this stock? According to me, as long as Reliance is between 1387 and 1445, this is a box range which is going to form now. So my trading plan is pretty simple. Anyone who's watching my YouTube video live sessions knows I'm waiting for this thing to fall. So if I start seeing a fall coming, then I will be entering option sells, most likely of 1445 and above. If I choose to go aggressive, then I will even enter option sells of 1435 and above. Then in the intraday front, basically, if it tops out somewhere here, then naturally I'll take intraday trades to the first target of 1387. Now, if 1387 breaks, 1370, that's a very important support also. Because that breaks, it brings 1335 and 1307. On the other hand, 1445 breaks, we go to 1475. So my point of view on Reliance is that it is severely overextended now. It is due for a pullback, and I'm going to continue watching it for short. Yes, if it breaks the high of yesterday or Friday, it can go to 1435 and 1445. But I will not be trading it on the long front, as I will wait for it to either stall there, and by chance it breaks that, and let it stall at 1475, and then I'll enter call sells and also option buy shorts, as those will end up giving me much more money than me taking this small long trade here, as I better be ready mentally for that, and as that will give me a better return. That's how I look at the picture for Reliance Industries. Most might not agree with it, because most are right now very bullish on the market, But I believe Reliance, I'm not saying that it's going to have the next 6 months, Reliance is only going to be declining, but it has, this dead cat bounce has to cool back down, and it has to come back down towards the supports, and that is my trading point of view, and let's see if it works out. Now next is going to be TVS Motors. Now when I take a look at TVS Motors, now TVS Motors is sort of in the same dilemma as Reliance, but it's a bigger range. So between 2847 and 2653, this is a box range it has formed. And if you look at TVS historically, this was a resistance even before. At this point it got stalled and it fell down. So now what is my trading plan for TVS? Now my trading plan for TVS is pretty simple. Within this range is only intraday option buying. Or if you want to do option selling, you can sell calls above this and P's below this. But the minute it breaks 2653 or 2847, is going straight up or is going straight down. So my point of view, according to me as a trader, option buys in TVS Motors, if you look at in the money options, ITMs, they're rather expensive. So liquidity is naturally going to be lower. So what I have done, I have gone and opened up CE option sell position in TVS Motors on Thursday, and I have basically gone and sold calls above 2,800 rupees. Now those are already in a profit, and I'm going to keep them running in that way, and let's see how things go. Why I have not chosen to enter PE cells is it is very close to 2853. If by chance it breaks 2653, then it will be going down very fast to 2540 and 2500. On the other hand, even if it rises towards 2800, this is a very strong resistance level. Number one, my profit stop will take me out, and I'll get an option to enter the call cells again. So even on TVS, I'm pretty similar to how Reliance is. I'm looking more on the downside than I'm looking on the upside. So that's my trading plan for TVS. And now let's take a look at Bajaj Finance. When I take a look at Bajaj Finance, how I look at it, this is sort of a big box range it is trading in from this point to this point, right? So how I am looking at it, within the box range there's going to be dual moves, and that's what we've been getting. There's been no clear trend at any point. The trend has been basically, let's say if you're long, it's lasting 3 to 4 sessions, and then short 3 to 4 sessions, and then it gets disrupted. But now I think within that range, it has ended up forming a smaller box range, which is between 8960 and this low of Friday, which is 8552. So now within this range, I won't even do option buys. I'm going to wait for only one thing. If it breaks 8960 to go along to 9250 and 9500, if it breaks the low of Friday, then short to 8260, 7940 and 7720. Now, I naturally also again am looking more to the downside. This is when I look at Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, all the results, I think Bajaj Finance results were not that great. It can be an opinion which is deferred, but it is my view, and so I think any up move will sort of be short-lived, and any up move, if we have right now, I will end up most likely using it to enter option sells. I'll sell calls for the May expiry. On the other hand, any down move breaking the low of Friday, I will short it via option buys, most likely. Within this range, you can get some intraday trades, but I'm not going to chase the intraday trades even in live, because of only one reason. I think there are better stocks out there you can trade. Why settle for Bajaj Finance? So that's how I look at it. If it breaks the Friday low, 8260 breaks that, 7940, 7720. Now 8260 is a very important support. 9250 to 9400 is a very important resistance. So as I said, I'll be selling calls later on in Bajaj Finance if it tries to rise. And if you don't have any position, you're like guy who likes to sell both calls and puts, you can sell calls above 9400 and puts below 8260. It should do well. So that's my trading view for whether it's Reliance, TVS and Bajaj. If you liked it, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell. Thank you.